Okay, so sorry for being so late on putting a video out, but from now on, I've decided that I'm going to be very straightforward as to what I talk and what I give as my experience, because honestly, being an international student is not easy, and I thought that having honest experience from my end is going to be the best form to put everything. And for the past few days, I was just like trying to figure out what are the things that I need to focus on. Because yes, I said it, as an international student, you do need to figure out how you're gonna work on your finances and everything. So yeah, so as I left, like I did get a visa, I did get all of my things sorted, but now what? So I boarded my flight on February 2023. So I came to Australia on February 2023 on the very first week. Now over here, what I did was before coming to Australia, my dad did tell me that for security, why don't you look at back in India, like in January, like why don't you look for accommodation? Sorry, accommodation over there, and that would be a good option for you. So look for an accommodation so you could secure something for the first 6 months, so that when you land over there, you just don't have something to stay in, and you don't go around hunting for something with all your luggage and not knowing anyone over there. So all those things were there, and I commend that for that. And because he's a dad, he like that was the best suggestion. So I did look at few options like Igloo, Scape. These are very expensive, like way expensive accommodations. So I would not suggest them for a 1 year accommodation, but I would suggest like taking a 3 months or a 4 months or whatever is the least, but at least minimum for 3 months. Take those accommodations, and that option is your temporary option. So that's what I did. No, I got it for 1 year. So that's what, sorry, I would not make that mistake again. So if I was a new international student, and if I would have got a chance, I would have definitely taken it for a short period, because I paid like $400 a week for a shared room. Like in a room, I don't even have a private room. So in Scape, I was paying $400 for a shared room. So it's like this big room, and then the half is divided into two bedrooms. So I was paying for that 400, which is not economical being an international student, full-time studies. So I would not suggest that. But uh, but at least I secured a accommodation back at India, paid deposit, security deposit, and everything. And one more thing that I would suggest is please look at all the rental laws before you come, because a lot of time over here people will mislead you, saying different things if you don't know your rental laws and agreements. And that's what has happened a lot of time with me as well. So the once I came to Australia in Feb, I had my accommodation in Scape, expensive, but at least there was a safety that was there. And honestly, the first 2 months were the most toughest months of my life, as an international student. Like I went into depression, because being a family person, you like being close to different people. You like having people around you. You like having siblings, talking to people. But over here, the life is very individualistic. Like no one cares about you. Like you have to do your work. If you don't, no one gives a shit. So that's what exactly happened. And the other thing that I would suggest is, what I did was, when I came over here, for the first 2 months, the other very interesting or the very irritating thing was like you like going to groceries, getting all things sorted, like you getting all your documents sorted and all your uni work, and then understanding all the lectures, and those were the things. So in the first 2 months, like fun fact about me, I was at the verge in the first 2 months. I was at the verge of booking a flight back home, because I told that like, hey, I cannot be over here because this is not a place for me. I just don't want to continue. The one reason that I told him that was because I didn't want it to spend more money, because I was already spent I paid a fees for the first semester. I didn't want it to go ahead, so that I could just back off and just not spend more money. And because I was not enjoying it for the first 3 months, for the first 2 months. And I said that, and my dad told me one thing like, hey, you've come here, not everyone gets a chance. Why don't you weigh the pros and cons? I'm always ready to book a ticket back home. You tell me whenever you do. So there were twice at midnight I called him and I said, hey, let's book a ticket. I can't come. But then he said, just take a moment, think what are the pros and cons, and do it. And then I did say, yep, okay, I got a chance to come over here. What is excess that I can do? So that's at the point where I thought I really need to push myself out of my comfort zone. This is not how I'm going to survive over here. And from there on, I started looking at opportunities in universities. So over here, what I would suggest you is in the next episode, I will tell you how did I start pushing out of how did I start pushing myself out of my comfort zone. But over here, I will tell you that one thing is that understand your priorities. In coming episodes, I'll do talk about how the uni lectures are, what happened, how most of the things were online after COVID, and so there are a lot of things that I'm going to honestly talk about. But one thing that I really want to tell is understand your priorities. See your finances. Is it going to work out? Is it something that you really should spend a lot of money and come over here? Because struggle is everywhere and you're not guaranteed a job. And you should not come with a mindset that once you land over here, the next day someone will give you a job. That's not how the world works. I myself got my first job after one semester since I landed. So you need to understand that. And that's what I understood. And life is going to be very different over here. So please try and understand that. And coming from an international student, now I'm on my 485. But coming from me, I'm trying to say all these things is because if I were at your place, I wish someone would have guided me at that point. So these are few things. And the other thing is if you're coming over here, just don't wait for getting a accommodation. Try and find some accommodation back at home. Authentic one. Don't go on a marketplace and just pay random people. Go with like Igloo, Scape and all these people. They're authentic, regulated by the government. So those are the authentic ones. Be careful, and the sooner you apply, the better. And if you don't get, see if you can look at the homestay options on Australian government. So go on the Google and type homestay Australia, and these are some houses which are approved by the government, and they are basically elderly people who rent their rooms, and they have been approved by the government. So strict regulations on that. So those are a good options. You should look at homestay also. So yeah, look at these options. And in the next episode, I'll show you how that 2 months of depression turned into a life-changing moment in the next part for the next 2 years. But yes, struggle was there. It's not easy, but still keep a watch out for that episode. Thank you.